As of recent, we've seen most female-led movies flop or even get trashed for the writing of female characters. You're taking hand the rating in Star Wars is very poorly written. I have Captain Marvel, Bella Swan, Ginny Weasley, Hermione with caveats, and a large sum of the MCU female characters have been poorly written, and the movies shows haven't done very well, and people have said people really want to see it. And so this comes to issue: is it just mass sexism, or is it people saying the characters is bad? And it's pretty simple: the characters are just badly written. Because there's movies with because I think the issue is, after you have this third wave feminism, almost essentially in modern day Hollywood, probably starting, I'll say about 10 years ago, probably 10 years ago, you've had, a lot of strong, as with the progressive era, as with more acceptance of LGBTQ and all of those, as you start to add in all kind of people. You start adding gays, more gay people, or women, which is very good. But you can't. But the issue is when it becomes offensive. When you try to be inclusive, it becomes offensive as well. It's when one, their entire personality is being a strong woman. They have no true character traits, and then it's almost like pity. It's almost women exploitation, almost gay exploitation. Because these characters, just because you're gay, you're still a normal character. It shouldn't be your main. Just because you're a woman, it shouldn't be your main personality trait. So here I strongly believe greatly written women: Astrid, Elizabeth Bennet, Princess Leia, Jenny Curran, Sarah Connor, Orwin, Dorothy Gale, Scarlett O'Hara. Those are perfectly written characters. Even in the first How to Train Your Dragon, Astrid sort of appears as that Mary Sue, but not really, because she has reason for it. She has reason. Everyone's just messing around. You see, she's training, she's listening, she's doing these things, and she has more personality than that. She loves Hiccup. She has more personality. She sort of does become just here to progress Hiccup, but she's a side character. This is what side characters do. She's not a main character, but she has her own things she's working with. Her own struggles with marriage, things like that. Strongly, perfectly written character. I mean, have you seen Astrid? I'm like, oh man, no. I just recently watched Hidden World. I was like, oh, Astrid is the takeaway from this movie. Elizabeth Bennet. See, probably Elizabeth Bennet is the greatest example of strong women in the old time. She's a perfect example. But Elizabeth Bennet goes through flaws. I mean, if you read the book and the movie, she slowly starts to say, oh, did I mess up? She slowly starts to have these faults. Slowly. But she doesn't change. She doesn't change from herself, but she says, oh, I messed up. It's messing up. Just what it is, messing up. Princess Leia, of course. Princess Leia, with her and Han, she truly opens up. Sarah Connor, perfect T2. You would think, oh, she was turning her into this suburban girl who hasn't trained or anything. But no, you see her Terminator 2, she's training, lifting weights nonstop. So when she's doing these actions, you say, okay, I see this. She's been training nonstop. Or when makes a change, she goes with the mind. She doesn't listen. She's a good character. I mean, simple as that. I mean, people go Lord of the Rings a hard time for women characters for not having many. But I mean, Dorothy Gale, perfectly written. I'm not gonna talk about it. And Scarlett O'Hara fits in Elizabeth Bennet of a strong woman who goes through struggles. So she goes through struggles, and she's having a much harder time than women in a much harder society on women. My favorite, the reason I made this movie is I was watching a video last night on Forrest Gump. It was a short, and the short it said that Jenny was the true villain, and then you get, I think it was 768 comments, and more than 80% of them all agreed that Jenny was a true villain, and they all thought it was a big revelation that Jenny, but it's not. Jenny isn't a villain. She's nowhere close to the villain. Jenny is actually a complex understanding of humans, and a good understanding of showing love. I mean, showing love that most great people can't even show. And the fact she knows she's not great for him, so she does it. She pushes him where she could be with Forrest, and Forrest could take care of her, do all these things for, but she knows, okay, you know, maybe I'm not good enough for him. And at a certain time, she wasn't good enough for him. She wasn't right for him. So that's why she didn't go away just because she's just using for. She wasn't using for. She truly loved for it, but she figured out, okay, I have these family issues, and I can't get past them, and I have to get. And before I can love someone else, I have to love myself. So she's not. But I think people give women characters such a harder time, and it's so hard to empathize with women characters because most of the audience is male. So I understand it's hard to empathize and say, okay, this is a female character, so I'm rooting for the male. I think female characters get the same thing. That's why you have female movies. Movies made for mainly female demographics. The main characters are females, and so the men you're saying, okay, all they make the right choice. It never really isn't. So that's how it is. So I think the issue with it is when you're adding people in just for the sake of it, it isn't good at all. When you add people in just for the sake of, ooh, I want a character, that's no good. Ooh, I want a black character, it's no good. You risk running the room of black exploitation. No, when you have a movie, I was watching this movie, I forget the name. It's with the person who plays Jane. I know her name. I feel like she's a really awesome actor. She plays Jane in Prime Prejudice. Oh, well, the movie's I Care a Lot. That's the name of the movie, I think. I Care a Lot. I don't know. I know her name. And the movie starts out decently. And she's a bad character, of course. I'm like, oh, she's probably gonna go through something at all. And I'm like, oh, okay, look, she's thought so bad, and she turns good or something. But no, the whole movie is movies. Why I hate movies all the time, because she keeps doing bad decisions, and it frames it. Oh yeah, she's right. She's a woman fighting back against this man-led society. Woman exploitation, I call it. I'm like, damn, I have a bump in my ear. Let me cry, it hurts horribly. Ouch. Yeah, but it's such a bad movie because why is there? It's no true character study. It's no character development. You know, she goes from bad, and she's a bad person. She's lesbian. She's strong. No, she's not really strong. She's a coward because she preys on older people, and she escapes anything. I mean, she literally gets drowned in the water. She gets a car submerged deep in the water. She should be dead. But nope, she doesn't escape. She gets drugged. I mean, she does everything possible. Everything possible. No, everything impossible. Everything you should be. She shouldn't be able to do. She does it because the character is written badly. It's written to be strong woman lead. You can have strong woman leads. You can have. No, Pride and Prejudice is as simple as that. Strong woman leading the movie. I would even go Mia Wallace. Mia Wallace is a good example. Who else is a good example? I forget her name. Oh my god, I forget her name. And Lonesome Dove, who was such an amazing character. Oh, I forget her name. Momentarily, right? Watch it. I was trying to figure out her name. Clara is a really good character. I was gonna say about Clara. Yeah, I really love Clara. I love all these characters. Lorena Wood, that's her name. Lorena Wood. Lorena's a fantastic character, and she goes through flaws. Women characters who have flaws. That's what we need. We need women characters who have flaws. Women characters who aren't just perfect. That's probably what Ray Scott. Ray, I didn't have a big issue with Ray as everyone else did, because I really liked Ray. Not really liked, but I was like, okay, I can understand. Mainly, but I can also understand what people are saying. I don't like her that much. And the MCU does it horribly. The MCU does it so bad. The MCU just does women characters so horribly. Like, oh my god, I don't want to see this because it's stupid. Like She-Hulk was so bad. Captain Marvel, so bad. Who's the other character? Mrs. Marvel, she's stupid, but she's not as bad because she's also younger. I think someone's crying. My sister's crying. But yeah. All I think is we need female characters who can swim strong. The most beautiful scene it shows women characters perfectly. Is I have 3 scenes which show women characters perfectly. The scene when the beautiful scene where Scarlett is saying she'll never be poor again. The scene where what's her name? Jenny is telling Forrest it's not your fault. She tells him it's your fault, but she says it's not your fault. And then the scene in Pride and Prejudice. It's a beautiful scene in the book and the movie. In the book, she sees this house and she starts thinking, oh, when she goes through, and this is what makes it so beautiful. She goes through and she's talking to the housemaid, and she's saying just how amazing Mr. Darcy is. And she's saying that's how fantastic Mr. Darcy is. That's how wonderful he is. And she's like, oh, maybe I misunderstood him. And she accepts it. She doesn't say, oh, she's wrong. She's stupid. She says, oh, maybe I misunderstood. Maybe my prejudice, maybe my pride was too high. So that's those 3 things. The big scene. Captain Marvel, not 3 bad scenes, 2 bad scenes. I'll give you 2. When Captain Marvel's like, oh, Thanos, yeah, I could defeat him in a day, whatever. She's like, like Thor is like depressed over here, like depressed. And she's like, oh, your battle's nothing at all. Even when Rocket does that, it doesn't seem like Rocket does that with Jatori. It's a deleted scene, but it's like, oh, your battle's like defeating. Well, that makes me think that seems stupid. The scene, She-Hulk twerking scenes. If I was Marvel, I would make sure that file never got published again. I'll make sure no one ever seen it again in my life. But yep, that's just it. I'm gonna try another video. I'm not sure if anyone has any video ideas, they can comment, but my comments list is like people's like yapping. So yep. In defense of